My plan was complicated. I thought when I got to law school that I had to work for one of these big international law firms and make, over $100,000 right out the gate, at these fancy, big, the big buildings downtown. And I ended up clerking at one of those places, and it was the worst. I thought, like, the associates didn't take. I was in the trial department. The associates didn't take depositions. They weren't going to hearings. The senior partner was like this, just not a nice person. He was scared of going to court. Years later, I found out this guy was like convicted of like major tax fraud. But while I was there, I wasn't enjoying myself at this big firm. I was making a ton of money as a young, as a law student. I was making crazy money at the time. And I was like, this isn't like, I'm not liking it. And I read a book at the library. I found this book called Trial Lawyers. And it was a book about personal injury cases by a lawyer down in Miami, Stanley Rosenblatt, who wrote the book. And it was just exciting. It was like cross-examining witnesses and doing opening statements and closing arguments and helping people and getting verdicts and like changing people's lives. And when I read that, like that was another fire moment. And I remember, you look back, it was definitely bad form, but I literally quit my job, like with no notice. I was like, I'm done with this big firm. And I told the lady, I remember this lady, Sandy, who was like in human resources. I'm like, I'm leaving, I'm done. And the next day I applied for a job, and I got a job at a local personal injury law firm, and making not even a quarter of the money. They put me in a closet, Miami at the big firm. I was like in this beautiful office overlooking downtown Miami, like next to the Intercontinental Hotel, that Citigroup building or whatever. And I quit that job, and came up here. They put me in like a little closet doing like some research and writing in this personal injury firm. But the lawyers there were just badasses, and they were trial lawyers, and they would bring me to court and bring me to a deposition or a mediation. And I was able to watch and learn, and that was exciting. So I put everything I could into learning how to be a trial lawyer in law school. And one of the things was becoming a certified legal intern at the state attorney's office, where I was able to try cases as a student. And they treated me nice. They were willing to set aside some of like my terrible history, and they brought me in, and I worked at the state attorney's office for about a year and a half, and it was unbelievable. I don't think there's a better place for a young lawyer to get trial experience. You're thrown right into the fire. Day one, you're picking a jury, you're calling witnesses, and there's a camaraderie with young people at the state attorney's office or the public defender's office. You're telling stories, you're hanging out after court, you stay late, you get there early. Friday nights is like happy hour with the all group of people, and it's just a great place to get experience. And you meet the judges and you meet other lawyers. So I wouldn't trade it for the world.